Hi guys, welcome to the Living Proof Podcast. I'm Mac.
I'm Jadon.
I'm Liam.
Today we will be sharing our testimonies and kind of get to know you guys and you guys get to know us. So in this podcast we will be going over the struggles in life and how to overcome those struggles through Christ and with guidance through the Bible. How to share the gospel to non-believers.
We have some stories about apologetic stuff. We also have some other friends that have really good testimonies and really good stories that could maybe share, and you could learn something from them too. And also, just you send in your questions, and we can pick a couple and answer them for you in that specific episode.
Yeah, we want you to be prepared for what the world has to say.
So I don't have a crazy testimony to share, but I grew up in a Christian family since I was young, so I've always been a Christian. I went to Sunday school, I went to youth group. I did all the things that you would say a Christian would normally do, but I never truly understood what it meant to truly follow Jesus until around 2 years ago at a church camp I went to. I really got to open up to others about struggles and challenges I went through, and that God would be the answer for me. And it just has helped me better understand what my purpose in life is, and that it's to glorify God in all that I do.
Yeah.
Be Christ-like.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
good
sir.
because I know a lot of people who are at my school who are my parents are my parents are telling me that I'm not a good Christian and that I should read the Bible more and get to know more. And then all of her friends around her encouraging her oh, well, you go to church, you're a Christian person. And in my heart, I knew that that was not the answer. And just because you go to church does not mean you are a Christian. I'm just going to put it out there. You have to have your own relationship with God. And that's why I like Mac's story, because that's how he used to be. And then he switched and actually had a relationship himself. So I encourage you guys to also have a relationship with God.
But I've been really trying to grow closer to Him and not worry about the things of this world, what's going on, all the chaos, just to keep my eyes on Him, not to have the world distract me, go through it with others.
Yeah, lean closer to Him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going through it with others is really important also. If you don't have a fellowship with others, other good Christian people, then it's hard because you need to communicate with others and how they're struggling and how you can get better and learn tips from them, and that's kind of what we're doing here. So
I'm just going through life, whatever God plans for me, I'm gonna follow.
And that's why he's planted this in his life, and that's why we're doing this here.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the one who started this whole podcast thing. First, it was a text message to me and my other friend, saying, "Hey guys, I'm doing this podcast. Can you sign this up? Help me out
Google
here."
form.
Google form. Yes, thank you. And then I was like, "Hey man, I'll join," because he still needed 1 to 3 people, and he was like, "Awesome, man, cool." So I was like, "Hey, I know a guy." So then I shot a text to Liam saying "Oh, let's go. You want to do this podcast with me and my friend Mac?" And he was all on board. Let's go. Let's do this.
Amen.
Yeah, how God just gave me a simple idea of a podcast to share the gospel with you guys, and He gave me friends that shared the same passion and enthusiasm for it.
So the theme verse of this podcast would probably be Ephesians 2:8-9. That says, "It is by faith that you have been saved. It's by grace that you have been saved through faith, and not by works, so that no man can boast." So that's talking about through our faith in Jesus we are saved. Because sometimes we work and try and work our way to heaven. That's not how it works. Because of our faith, we do good works for the glory of God and not for ourselves, so we can't boast and be proud of our good works. I know a couple people who are really nice people and they give a lot, but they brag about it. That's why this is the theme of our podcast, Ephesians 2:8-9.
Yeah.
moving on to my testimony, like this living proof thing also is kind of implanted in my testimony, but I started living in Iowa, and I lived up there, grew in a Christian home. My parents like led worship for the little kids like my age. So I was at church pretty much 24/7. But when I moved to California here with all of you guys, my eyes started opening because I was 7, and I started realizing some bigger conflicts in the world, and my friends started getting like more pulled away from God, and it pulled me away from God too. And I ended up getting baptized because I wanted to stop it, and I also was like just reading a book on the rapture, and I was like, oh, I really want to be prepared for that, and you guys should too. So I got baptized in 2020 during COVID. That was crisis. That was bad. COVID was bad. All right, but I got baptized, and but I still didn't feel like a good connection with God, and when I have a couple friends who actually like helped me get back on track with God. One of them being Jadon.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably like 3-4 years ago, this really small dude came up to me and he's like, "Hey, you want to be my friend?" And I was like, "Oh, sure, yeah." I was like, "Okay, that was kind of awkward," but we actually become pretty close friends since then.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that he did that because he's been an influence on my life, and he's like one of the nicest persons I know. Yeah, it's really helped me be a better person when he's around. And also some other friends who are like, when I say like bad things that I actually don't really think that I used to not think were bad, they'd say, "Dude, don't say that." And I'll be like, "Oh yeah," and I've gotten trained to not say that. So it's good to find good Christian friends. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Bad company corrupts good character." So that means even if you have good character and you're saying, "Oh, I can't be hurt by this," you can. Trust me, you can. I was hurt by it. I used to never say anything bad. I used to be that like one little perfect kid I would always try to be, and then it happened to me. I started getting bad friends, and I started doing bad. And Jadon is the one who brought me back on track, and also through God. And so I started reading the Bible, and when I was reading the Bible about 2 weeks ago, I was reading and I was praying, "God, please help me be the light to others, and show me how I can help others see you." And about 3 days later, Jadon texts me while I'm at my brother's football game, and he's like, "Hey, you wanna do this podcast? And this is what it's about." And I'm like, "Dude, that is exactly what I needed. That's exactly what I wanted to do." And it brought me to here right now, and that's what we're doing right now. So, yeah.
I actually forgot to mention one thing. When we're like me and Mac, it was just me and Mac talking about this podcast, right? He sent me a text this is like a few days ago or something. He was like still praying about it to see if we should do it or not. And yeah, and then I was like eating dinner, right? And then I look at my phone like, okay, all right, new message. I text back, right? And turns out that Mac was praying that if someone like text him at, what was it,
5:50.
5:50, that was like his like confirmation. So here I am, text. Turns out it was actually at 5:50 that I actually texted him. So, yeah, God was just like saying, "Yeah, let's do this podcast." I mean, yes, sir.
Jadon, you want to move on to yours? Yours is pretty deep. You have a pretty good testimony.
All right. So I was grew up California.
Whole life?
Yeah, my whole life.
I think I might be the only one who's lived in a different state.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, my mom had 2 miscarriages before me. They were praying fervently for a son, and that's when they had those 2 miscarriages. And then they prayed again, and then they had me. So my name actually means God has heard. I remember a pastor was like, we're like in Sunday school or Wednesday night or something. It was like, all right, does anyone want to like receive Jesus as their savior? I remember just raising my hand like, me, I want to. And I got saved like that. And then every time from that day forth, the pastor asked if I wanted to be saved, I just raised my hand. Every single time. I don't know why. I guess I just wanted that reassurance, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward 9, 10, like 10, 11 or something like that. Not reading my Bible, just living life, and just, kind of like straying away from the Bible. Went to Sunday school, just like, okay, whatever. Come back home, do my own thing. And then January of like 2022 or something, I just started feeling so bad, feeling nauseous. I didn't have that energy. Super skinny. I think he knew me back then, right?
Yeah.
Or-
I
I think it was after the hospital. Okay.
Right after that, yeah.
Yeah, right after this. So went to countless doctors trying to figure out what was going on with me. None of them could answer it. Finally, I went to go see this one doctor. And he was like, all right, you gotta go to the hospital. Your stage is like horrible right now. You're barely even eating, and I couldn't really consume anything. Everything that I ate was just like, another torture for eating. Yeah.
Bad feeling.
Yeah, it was horrible. Got to the hospital. They diagnosed me with IBD, which is like Crohn's disease, and my intestines have trouble functioning properly, so I can't consume certain things. Like I can't consume dairy, and then made to the hospital, and had to take a bunch of meds. Think of your worst food. Like, what are you guys' worst foods?
Brussels sprouts.
Oh, me too.
Oh, my dad loves them, and I'm like, you're crazy.
Same.
You're actually crazy. Like, who likes Brussels sprouts?
You.
I think mustard.
Mustard
I
too?
don't like how mustard tastes.
Yeah, it's just, mustard's weird too. Like, just stick with ketchup. you know?
Yeah.
Stick with ketchup.
Okay, and then multiply that by 10. That's how my meds were. I took like Flagyl. Flagyl tasted like super bad. Like there's like some particles in there, and then it just tasted.
Disgusting.
I don't know. Disgusting. Like
it
it
tasted like barf in your mouth, kind of.
Yes, it just like stood in my mouth.
Was it like the syrupy thing? That's like really disgusting, like that kind of stuff.
That was a moprazole. I don't know how to say it. Well,
but
we call it Prilosec.
Yeah.
My meds were bad. I stayed in the hospital for 50 days. I had to spend my 12th birthday. No, 11th birthday.
Yeah,
11th birthday in there. Plus that I got a Nintendo Switch Lite as a gift, so I'm like,
Yes,
let's
sir.
go!
Yes, hey, it's all worth it. 50 days, all worth it. That's your Switch.
Yeah, I had to take there's like so many MRI scans, CAT scans, like so many scans on my body. Finally, after 50 days, they released me. I had a TPN line, and I still have a scar from that, right there.
Yeah.
See? I still have a TPN scar, and when they released me, I had to wear this backpack with the TPN coming out of it, so to feed me, because
You're so
I
sweet.
forgot why. I don't know. I choose to forget some parts of this. Oh, and I couldn't eat for 30 days, so I was on a fast. That's why I had the TPN. Yes, that's why. And then there was this nurse that always came to see me and work on my TPN, change the filters, guide my parents on what to do from now on. Went to go see my doctor again to see when I could eat, what I could eat, And finally, I remember this day when I could finally eat a simple 1 cup of bowl of rice. Best meal I've ever had.
Yeah.
And then,
Did it taste good this time?
yes, it did. It was the
Wow.
best.
Oh,
Tastes
yeah.
good.
Is that your first time eating food in a while?
Yeah, it was in a while, man. And then after that, I got the TPN app. That's why I have the scar right here. Went to church, met Liam, but I was still. He was in the middle of a ping pong match.
I remember that. I was winning, and he just came up to me like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna keep playing and ignore him. Maybe he'll go make another friend." But he ended up being like a really good friend.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
All right.
You met me.
And then I met him. But I was still not reading my Bible, just like living life. Then my mom always used to give me devotions when I was in the hospital. I was like, okay, okay. Didn't really kind of like care, but like I knew it was just like it was like feeding me. So then
You're gaining the knowledge, but you weren't applying it to your life. That kind of stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
Fast forward to 2024,
2024, sure.
something like that. Easter service. It was like so many people were there, and my pastor, they were like, all right, who wants to get saved? And I was like, I felt like the little what is
Holy
it?
Spirit tugging you.
Holy Spirit, yes, okay. And then I was like, I'm gonna go up there. I need to recommit my life to Jesus. I haven't been following him. So I go.
This is not just like the I want to. This is like the fully commit, right?
Yes, it's
Fully
not the
commit.
I want to. Like, it's a fully commit. And I went up there, got saved. Ever since then, I've been following Jesus,
Reading the Bible.
Let's
go.
listening to him. And though I have my ups and downs, I try to follow him no matter what.
Dude, that's still crazy. That like
Yeah.
the 50 days in the hospital. It was really hard for my brother when he was 6 days in the hospital. I can't imagine what 50 days would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I had to spend some time away with my dog.
No, Cole.
Cole.
Like my brother, he had a staph infection in his foot, and he was in the hospital for 6 days. He couldn't walk on it very well. It probably took him like a month to heal from that, but it was really bad for him, and I can't imagine 50 days. And it probably took longer than that to heal because it started before you went and ended after.
Yeah.
So plus another 30 days plus the month. So that'll be like 80 days. And how many days was it until you went to the hospital that you started like feeling bad?
2 months probably. Something like that.
So it's probably like 120 days or something.
That's crazy.
100 days?
Yeah.
120 probably. Yeah, that's crazy. That's like almost half a year.
Yeah.
You struggled with that. Can't imagine.
Yeah.
But you came to Jesus.
Yep.
I
Let's
did
go.
in the end of it. Looking back, I see that Jesus worked this all out for good. And, he knew what he was doing. Now that I could share my testimony with people who need that little, what am I trying to say? Nudge.
Needs
To
a nudge.
this. Yeah, so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because we've been saved, we want to share it with others. We want to share it with you guys. And so, if you guys have any questions, just ask them to us in the comments. But yeah, because we want to answer your questions. We've been through a lot. Me and Jadon together, and Mac too. I'm sure has gone through some. But we just want to make sure you guys know how to navigate your lives. And it's kind of like when your parent gives you the talk, the talk about puberty.
Yeah.
And they've already been through it, so they're telling you what to do, and they're telling you what you've messed up on, and how you can do something better and different. That's what we're doing. We've been through it, and we want to try and guide you.
Verse has ministered to me before I went to the hospital. A verse in James 5 talks about a farmer being patient for his crops until he could reap it for the harvest and sell it for money, right? Before this podcast, like we were talking about, like doing it on Saturday. This was like on like last
Saturday.
Last Saturday. I'm like waiting. Come on, come on, let's go. Let's do it already. I just had to be patient. You know what I'm saying?
I was kind of like ready. I was like, let's just do it today. Come on, you guys come over. But you gotta be patient, and you gotta be patient with the Lord. If we wait on the Lord, He will prevail. He never breaks a promise, and He is true to His word every single day.
Yeah.
God's timing is always best. He has a reason for it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Don't never doubt God's timing. Never.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to keep your eyes on Jesus. I forgot where in the what book exactly, but when the storm on the Sea of Galilee, I think.
The Sea of Galilee.
Sea of Galilee. And when Peter falls in the water, and he sees Jesus, but like he's trusting Jesus, and he's keeping his eyes on him. That's what made him walk on water.
Yeah.
Because he had faith in Jesus, but the waves around him were like crashing all over, and as soon as he turned away from Jesus and looked at those, like the problems in life we have, if we turn away from Jesus and look at those, we'll just fall. But Jesus will always be there to bring us back up.
Don't tell God how big your mountain is, but tell that mountain how big your God is. He's bigger than any problem you will ever face in your life.
In my Bible, I had like a note, and I was like reading it, right? And then God just told me like how we could apply it to our life. Just like Liam was saying, the waves represent our trials, and things are big problems. And just as Peter walked out the boat, he had so much faith in God. Started out strong. Like for a new believer, the new believer starts out strong. Then Satan comes and tries to sway him. When Peter looked at the waves, like he didn't have any more faith because he was like looking at his big problems and analogy and his burdens, and that just let him sink, right? And that's when the believer like looks at his own problems, stops relying on God, stops looking to God, he just sinks. And we might be drowning for like a couple years till we finally realize that we need God, and God's always right there, reaching his hand down and saving us, no matter what.
His hand will always be there, reaching out. It's our choice if we want to grab his hand.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how lost we are, how deep we are, his hand will still be there right in front of us. We have to grab it, and he will pull us back up. We'll see you guys next time, and make sure, walk by faith and not by sight.
Like and subscribe.
Peace out. Sir.